What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? This morning is an abnormal Monday morning. We are currently experiencing a tornado warning outside. So I don't really know what that means for the e-com hustle. The power tends to go out here, so I'm just trying to get up, get going, get to the gym, and go through my shit. And I'm up this morning like late. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, yo, it's fucking like 9 o'clock. Like, why am I up late? And come to realize it's because I haven't gotten used to this whole spring forward thing. So daylight savings hit on, I believe, Saturday night. And because of that, we lost an hour of sleep and it's currently 9 o'clock. So imagine this. I put in all this work just to try and be up earlier in the morning. And I'm back at square one where I'm sleeping until 9 o'clock. And it's not my fault. This morning we have cinnamon French toast. So we're just gonna throw that in there. I haven't even descaled this machine yet, like I said. But let's go check on these guys upstairs. Oh, this guy's gone. There's clothes everywhere. And this guy's gone too. No way. Yo, I thought they were here. This is the first time they up and leave before me in the morning. That is crazy. Wonder where they went. They may be at the gym. Jeez, now I'm lacking. Fuck. I gotta go. But yeah, honestly, this week here is the start of a couple new things. So I've been kind of telling you guys how I've been feeling as far as, you know, I got started with a project. Oh yeah, it feels like a tornado outside, like just the way the wind is moving. But I told you guys, I got started with a project. It took me about 2.5, 3 weeks to finish it. And all that stuff got sorted out. And then last week was a little bit more dry. Like there wasn't really much to do in a sense. And now this week is like the week where I feel like I gotta start setting all those tasks again and moving on to the next project. So there's a couple things over the past month that I've really just had to hone in on, dial in on, and just get done. And I was able to get it done. And the second it was done, it kind of just felt dry. It felt like everything was completed, like I didn't really have anything to do. But now it's, my mind is racing and I want to remain proactive. So I'm sitting here like thinking about, all right, well, I know that there's all these things that I have to do. Am I going to push it out further and do it further? And then it's a matter of priorities. So you have to set up your priority list based on where you guys see fit. If you guys see certain issues happening, then are you going to allow those issues to play out and essentially prioritize yourself and find the importance in what needs to be done now as opposed to what can be done later, and prevent the bigger issues that could potentially happen down the line from happening by preventing them from happening right now. So remain proactive. And I think that's sometimes the hardest thing to do. You always say hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And in order to prepare for the worst, you have to remain proactive. So I'm in a space right now where that's something that I know I need to do. And there's big issues. Like I have PTSD from issues I ran into last year and PTSD from issues that I ran into the previous year. So because of that, my mind is racing and I'm like stressed out for these issues not to repeat themselves, if that makes sense. Yeah, like wholeheartedly, genuinely, like I ran into so many problems last year that I don't want repeating themselves this year. So like I'm putting myself in a position where by any means, I just have to avoid those issues from happening. And it's like, let's say you guys know you tend to run into fulfillment issues with like some of the products you're selling on your store. Well, are you going to figure it out after you have like 1,000 units coming in and you might like start getting a bunch of chargebacks? Like at what point in time are you guys going to figure that out? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're done everything else. If you guys have issues where, I don't know, like your credit card tends to get maxed out. Like for example, when I first got into e-com, I was having an issue where my credit card, for whatever reason, so obviously I started off when I was like 16, 17, right? So my credit card used to get maxed out at like $1,000. Well, no, it started off at 500, then went from 500 to 1,000. Then it went from 1,000 to 2,500 to 5K. But what was happening is, even when I was paying off the card, the bank was freezing my card. So I'm sitting here trying to scale my ads, and I know that every time I hit that cap, even if my card's paid off, I'm gonna run into an issue. So they ended up pushing it to eventually 21,000. Cool. I had a $21,000 credit card and I was like 18. I was like, bet. Hit that cap, paid it off. They froze my card again. They're like, well, we can't give you more credit. I'm like, yo, the credit's paid off. They're like, we don't care. So what do? I turn around and buy an Amex. The issue that I was running into, though, is I'm spending Canadian dollars to make back US dollars, and I essentially was losing on the conversion rate from transferring funds at the bank. But I didn't know, right? So over the course of like a year, I think I made like probably $500,000 on my Shopify store at that point. I lost like 40,000 on just foreign exchange fees from trading US dollars into Canadian dollars because I didn't know. I was looking at what the bank was trading it at and I was just going with it. And then eventually I searched it up and I'm like, shit, the bank is taking like 5 cents a dollar? So eventually I turn over and set up a US bank account, figure out how to get a US card. And these are issues that like I sorted out because I use critical thinking to remain proactive. So I'm just giving you guys an example. Now, a lot of these things repeat themselves in e-com. There's a lot of different softwares, a lot of different services that you guys could end up using in e-com that you're not going to realize is going to be charging you a lot more than they should be charging you. Bro, the other day I saw like some people are getting charged thousands of dollars for using looks reviews. Looks used to be free. You used to be able to put up like 6 free looks reviews on your website. And now all of a sudden you have looks trying to charge people over $1,000 because they're charging people per unit. Does that even make sense? For them, maybe from looks, from a business perspective, yes, it does. But a lot of e-com brand owners and a lot of people that are just getting into e-com dropshipping or whatever get eaten alive by looks because, you know, they're unaware of it. So you guys have to always just put yourself in a position where you're learning, where you can remain proactive and where there's certain things that you're looking into before you run into certain issues. You're going to run into issues at the end of the day. My bad. You're going to run into issues at the end of the day. So it's a matter of how you guys coordinate yourselves and figure it out yourselves to be able to prevent those issues. Yo, these guys are already at the gym. That's a first. This has never happened. Oh, I'm assuming that they're at the gym. I don't know where else it would be. This has never happened. So I got to leave. Yo, wait, I'm about to leave, but I just realized something. So this kitchen was clean like last night, right? And I woke up this morning and I see this box of empty cinnamon rolls on the counter. So right now I'm asking myself, did Rick wake up this morning and decide to eat a cinnamon roll? That's the type of thing I ask myself in the morning. Unless he ate it last night. I don't know. Rick's an interesting guy, man. Rick's an interesting guy. Recording ads? Okay, bro, I said I was going to put this up Saturday and I didn't do it.
Yeah, well, we've said we've been...
Dude, it's been actually how long now?
It's been a month. It's been a month. Yo, I never said which Saturday. Yeah. And I said next Saturday, but next Saturday is next Saturday, always. Right? Yo, you feeling nice this morning, bro?
I'm about to see if this is nice or ass.
Yeah, so as you guys know, we got ads going on right now. So the boys feel nice and really just catching a vibe. So we got Rick here. Rick got up this morning, fucking 6:30 in the morning, went to the gym.
6:30.
I don't know, bro. I woke up, y'all were gone. Just got out of a few meetings and I'm looking at my portfolio, man. This shit is bleeding day in and day out, like on a regular basis. I'm like, bro, honestly, if I didn't have this e-com business and I wasn't so focused on this and I was literally just in the market, like right now I'd be hella depressed. But I'm holding strong and shit. What can I do? At the end of the day, the way that this stuff works is like you make money, you lose money, and when you lose it, you just make it back. And you keep reinvesting it and at some point it'll pay off. So it's a matter of processes, right? Like you understand that, you know, you're gonna make money, you're gonna invest it, you might lose it, you might make some, and you just keep repeating the same process over and over again, and eventually, you know, it'll start to work out for you. So yeah, aside from all that, man, I'm just here getting work done. The boys are still upstairs getting some work done. And it's a regular Monday. The tornado outside is gone. And, you know, it's now a beautiful day out. So welcome to Florida. That's kind of how things play out when you're over here. You know, it'll storm outside. The storm comes and goes like, fuck. You know what? That's pissing me off right now. The storm comes and goes. And there's nothing you can really do about it. But yeah, aside from that, I am gonna go catch some sunlight and probably finish up this video quick. It's one of those days, and I've come to understand, man, like the amount of repetition that I've invested into this journey is interesting because you don't realize how you say, okay, all right, in the next year I'm gonna be able to do this, and then certain things play out and it doesn't necessarily play out in your favor, but you do things every single day. And
your wins stack up on top of each other, and then eventually certain things just start to pay off, and you look back at how far you've come, and you more often than not will end up being significantly further than you expected, but you're just not going to be satisfied, and that's why you continue to work. And I think, if anything, 2025 so far has taught me that I just have to remain focused and keep building things out, and everything will fall into place. Invest time in the right places. I've spoken a lot about valuable work and then non-valuable work, and I find that a lot of beginners that are getting into, I want to say almost any kind of business, don't understand what valuable work is and non-valuable work is, right? At the end of the day, when you're first starting out, the first thing that you want to figure out how to do is generate some capital. How are you going to generate capital? Well, you essentially have to figure out what's going to be your moneymaker. Are you going to sit there and invest a whole bunch of time into building out your website, figuring out what product to sell? Or are you just going to go out and sell products and try to generate some cash? And once you figure out what your money makers are, it's a matter of optimization and sustaining what you've built out. When it comes down to profits, right, you have to understand how to keep your margins as high as possible so that on your lower months you have capital to reinvest to at least hold you afloat. So it comes down to valuable work. And 2025 has taught me that you always have to remain proactive, no matter how good or how bad things are going. There's always upside on the other end, and you literally just have to keep a level head. Don't get emotionally distraught by some of these things that are going on. Like, I'm down fucking 300,000 in the market right now, right? I've had a lot of brands that were supposed to be active that have been inactive, and it's been a headache, and those are stresses that I have to deal with. But am I going to sit there and not do anything about it? No, because you have to essentially push through those. Like, I had a moment when I had the flu like last month, and I was off for like 3-4 days, and I came back, bro. I was in probably the worst mindset that I had been in a long time, because everything just started to hit me. I'm like, fuck, there's all this shit that I have to do, all these systems that are broken that I have to fix. How am I gonna fix them? And I was just cooked. And my back essentially got put against the wall, and I really just started to think to myself, all right, well, either I'm gonna let these losses defeat me, or I'm gonna find a way out. I'm in a position right now where I don't have a choice but to always find a way out. I don't have no support mechanism. I don't have no education. This is my life. So put yourself in a situation where you really have to figure out for yourself, like, do you have to make this work? How badly do you have to make this work? I personally have no choice but to make this work. I don't know about you guys, but I've devoted the last fucking 5, 6, 7 years of my life to this shit, and like, I just have no choice but to make this work. So what kind of position are you guys in? Like, is there any urge for you guys to succeed? Do you know that if you fail, there's something to fall back on? Now, hold this into consideration. Hold this thought. If you fail, it's only because you decided to fail. You have to decide to find a way out every time. Decide to succeed. Choose success. I tell myself I'm gonna always be good because I'm always figure it out. I have no choice. If I don't figure it out, I'm gonna be on the street. Do I want to be on the street? Nah. Do I have dreams and aspirations? Yes. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that I'm always figured out one way or another. So, I'm here figuring it out day in and day out. That's the life of an entrepreneur. Those are the stresses. Shit, I wake up with fucking high blood pressure sometimes, and some nights I'm up all night, can't sleep, because there's just certain things that I'm trying to figure out, certain systems that I'm trying to break down, and certain issues that I'm trying to deal with, and that's what keeps me up at night. So you guys have to decide for yourself if that's something that you want to do. Is that a lifestyle you want to live, and are you capable of handling that kind of lifestyle? See, bro, like, it's literally every day, bro. Nice thumbnail. Oh, what is this?
I mean, what is this?
This is the Ryan dance.
Did you keep the subscribe button, bro?
Yeah.
I did a nice.
No, it's a watch now button.
Yeah.
Special offer.
Did you rate that pic, bro? Yes, sir. So yeah, that's that. That'll bring us to the end of the video. This is gonna close out the vid. So I hope you guys take everything that I said into consideration. You guys see the lifestyle, no matter where you're at in your journey. It's the same shit, just every day at different points in time. But it's the same shit every single day. So, yeah. Telegram link in the description down below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.